Hey, so thank you so much. We had a couple more questions this week, so I wanted to answer those as well. I appreciate folks sending them in, and we had some pretty good feedback from last week, so we'll continue these up at least through this week, and then if we have some more next week, we'll answer some more. So our first question is from Sue, and she asked, given the delay in return due to logistical issues, will our warriors still receive the 14 days R&R along with their earned leave and 5 presidential days? So Sue, good question, but really we haven't had any delays. I think there was a date that was thrown out there that was earlier, and now that we're getting closer, we're getting a more specific date. But there haven't been no logistical issues that are causing delay. It's just that window that deployments usually come in. So no, there will be no delay in the reconstitution period that members are offered when they come back, and to include the presidential leave if it applies. Keep in mind that different deployers had different times and lengths of their deployment, as well as different statuses. So technicians versus our traditionals versus AGRs have different reconstitution timeframes for the length of their deployment. So your members will know which ones apply to them, and so we'll keep those up to speed, but no delays in either one of those. So it should be good. So next question was from Courtney, and she asked, will there be stuff set up for the families and kids when the smaller group arrives home, or only for the main body? And Courtney, we're going to make the process the exact same for these larger movements of folks that come in. So we're going to have the stuff set up for kids, for the other smaller redeployments, as well as for the big one that's coming up. So the nice thing is, so far, it looks like the days are back to back. So we should be pretty consistent in how we do that. It's been my goal and the goal of our experts here in the wing to make the process the same, regardless of the time of the arrival or the aircraft that they're arriving on, because that way we can be very consistent and we can keep the time down. So speaking of the deployments, we've done a lot of work on that one, and I'll get to that here in a minute. But just as a reminder, our main gate is under construction, so we'll have to use the alternate entrance, and we'll have signs posted for that. But that's on East Harvard. If you follow the signs for the Idaho Museum, it'll take you to the East Harvard gate. So please don't go to the original gate location, because you won't be able to get in. So as far as the in-process themselves, everyone, when they come in, on these 2 big movements we're talking about, are going to in-process as soon as they get off the airplane. So what will that look like? Well, as soon as they come off the airplane, they're going to have time to reunite with you as their family members. And then when they're ready, they'll start the in-processing through the amount of stations. So we've done a lot of work on that one. Got some good feedback last week about the 2 to 2.5 hours. I think we're down actually now to about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on what type of issues come up during the in-processing. But we think on average we should be able to get folks in there just over an hour to get them in and out. We've got a lot of wranglers that are going to help guide folks into the stations that are open, so people won't be spending a whole lot of time in line. We've got 30 computer stations set up just to do the online travel vouchers, which again are critical because they start the whole benefits reconstitution phase for this deployment. And then we've got 18 folks that are going to help just with the blood draws alone. So the 2 areas we expect to have the biggest hangups, we have the most people dedicated to. So I think we got a good process in line. There's also, hopefully you've heard about our hotline. So the number for the hotline is 422-5001. And the intent is to post the information on there so that you get the most up-to-date information. Do we expect changes? There always seems to be slips in timelines as we go through these movements, because this is a major muscle movement, not just for the Idaho Air National Guard, but for the Air Force. So we do expect that there may be some changes, and we're going to update those on that hotline. Please don't post the pin when you get it. Make sure that you keep that to yourself, because we don't want to compromise that line. Again, thanks for your questions, thanks for your support, and really look forward to seeing all of you here in the very short-term future. It'd be great to get everybody home.